Hey, welcome back to Kersey, Colorado, home of Platte Valley High School, and Wyatt Coleman's out against Braden LeBlanc.
Just underway here, 25 seconds gone in the first period. Both wrestlers still on their feet. Shot by Wyatt Coleman, single leg drops Braden LeBlanc down, picks up a 2-point takedown to start us off on the JV side. Arm drag by Wyatt Coleman. Now has wrist control underneath, trying to bust and tilts Braden over. Picking up some back points here. Now he gets caught underneath, but he jumps back on top. Going to pick up 2 near fall points there. Wyatt Coleman leads 4-0 so far. Now a pick and step by Wyatt Coleman. Trying to post that elbow and pull it through. Now he's picking up some more back points with that pick and step. Looking up on his toes. Has Braden LeBlanc on his back, close to a pin here. The ref really looking underneath there, trying to catch that shoulder. And there's the pin for Wyatt Coleman here in the first period. Got a 1:32 pin. Beat Digger start off with a pin on the JV side.
Okay, Izzy Torrell will be up next as he gets set to go. Thank Blowdorn Lumber at blowdornlumber.com. Browse the virtual showroom they have on that website. View the current sales, complete the credit application, and shop the entire inventory online. Whether you're a contractor or painting your living room at Blowdorn Lumber, you'll get the same friendly service and advice to make your job easier. Visit Blowdorn Lumber in Fort Morgan at 130 State Street or blowdornlumber.com. Okay, Izzy's ready to go. Junior for the Beat Diggers at 145 JV. Going against Jacob Green out of Estes Park. Beat Digger in his Cardinal singlet with brush and gold across the back. And Estes Park with kind of silver, black, and purple. And they go forehead to forehead tie to the 360. Now push apart. As he fights, backs away from a little shot from Green. Oh, there comes a headlock by Green as he steps over it, puts him flat on his back, trying to lock him up with a one-arm headlock and hold him there. Now he's got a cradle locked up, but Green breaks that free, but Izzy's going to pick up 2 near fall points and the takedown. And now he's going for that cross-face cradle again. There's somebody hollering lift at the knee, but he loses that cradle attempt. Chops the near arm. That right arm underneath with the 2-on-1. He's getting out to the side, grabbing an ankle, a little overhead hook, and Mick Green builds a base, trying to stand up, and he'll peel away and get the escape. We work on this blue Platte Valley mat. Brush against Estes Park, JV side. This will be our second JV match, and we'll go to varsity. Estes Park with 8 wrestlers. So, kind of giving each other the evil eye. Now they tie up. Ear to ear, but a forehead to forehead tie. Looks like he's trying to push that one elbow up. Just holding on to it. Now he snaps him down, catches a front headlock, kind of a loose headlock, reaches for a knee. Having that bow and arrow for a moment now, pick up the takedown. Puts Izzy up 6-1. About 7 seconds left and counting here in the first period. Tor elbow. Deep, tight waist. And we'll ride him out. We're head to the second period. Goes Beat Digger's way. And Estes Park wrestler's going to take down, I believe. For up 6-1. So we head to the second period here in this 145-pound JV match. Good hard side drag by Torrealba. Green tries to come around. Torrealba follows him around, keeps tight waist in there. Green trying to hook the knee. Torrealba hits cross face kind of under the arm to a half. Can't do anything with that. This green's got a pretty good base. Torrealba's. Uh-oh. Torrealba's got hold his throat. I'm not sure what he does.
I think he caught an elbow in the throat.
Did he? I missed that. He doesn't look like he's terribly distressed. He's kind of holding his throat there. The referee's going over the scorer's table. Loosen up and push Quinlan out there. Give him a little shot of water. He's set to go. Now we're going to get the referee back. Still 6-1, 136 left second period. Torrealba come in on the right side and maintains control. Pretty good switch attempt there by Jacob Green, but Torrealba fought that off. Walks around. He's kind of got that barbed wire locked up, trying to walk it around. He's way out front. He's got the elbows trapped up front. Can't get that to work, so he'll come back with a cross face with the right arm. He's trying to post that elbow. Post that right elbow. It goes back a little spiral ride. Halfway through the match. 1 minute left, second period. Torrealba going to stand parallel, but he keeps his cross face going. Green builds a base. Torrealba working from the right side. Good hard side drag. Green kind of tries to pop out of there. He does. He's grabbing an ankle. Down low. Torrealba bounces around in front. Torrealba now comes up and tries to catch a knee. He's still got control. Facing away from us, he's got a little bit of a arm and maybe a power half, I think. Yeah, he does have a power half locked up on there. That goes just a half Nelson. He's kind of on the wrong side. Screen's low down around his left ankle. Torrealba's got kind of a loose grapevine in with his right leg on the left leg of Green. We're getting real short time here in the second period. And the third period, Torrealba's up 6-1 as he rode Green the whole second period. Is his choice, and he's going to take down. Is he set? Yeah, he's getting... Referee's talking to him, takes his hands up, looks at him, puts him back down on the lines, gets a tap on the back from the referee. I'm not sure what all that's about. But now he's set. Here comes Green in on the left side. Deep, tight waist by Green. Ties up the wrist underneath. Peels that away. Green comes back with a little half. And Torrealba stands up, runs away, and gets the escape. So that's the first point of the first period. We'll go Beat Diggers' way. Torrealba up 7-1. I'm not sure where we're at now. We'll get they're showing 1 point for Green, but I'm not sure what for. Did you see anything?
Got an escape in the first period.
Oh, I missed that one. I guess I wrote it down and didn't read it right. That's all right, but we get a takedown by Torrealba, and that'll put him up 9-1. Sorry about that. Torrealba with that spiral ride. He's kind of got cross face in. Now put an elbow in the back of the head. Green building a base. Now Torrealba chop the right arm. Kind of move over to the right side a little bit. Got almost a tilt, it looks like, set up there. And we get another cross face. Here comes a power half Nelson, but Green's got a pretty good base built there. And we're down to 22 seconds and counting in the match. Torrealba trying to fight off a little switch by Green. And maintains control, staying with that little spiral ride. Kind of teed out to the side there with it. And Beat Digger's going to win the first match of this duel. Fizzy Torrealba's going to win 9-1. How about that? We'll be back after this 30-second timeout on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Hey, welcome back to Platte Valley. And we're getting set for the varsity side of this match. As Mackie Sandoval will kick it off for the Beat Diggers against Caden Brown. And I don't know, they introduced Bo first, didn't they?
Yeah, we're going to start at 132 pounds with this duel.
Okay. So Bo will take on Jordan Doomey. And Alec Peterson goes to 138 against Jaime Stedman. At 145, Arnoldo Garcia will go against Eric Todd from Estes Park. Zane Fowl at 152 against Manny Sankar.
160 pounds, Cookie Barraza will take on John Taylor of Estes Park. 170 pounds, Brandon Burek receives a forfeit. Toby McDonald at 182 pounds will receive a forfeit. Tristan Teeter at 195 pounds, also a forfeit. Joe Carwin, 220, a forfeit. Oscar Soto at heavyweight, a forfeit. Then we jump back to 106 pounds. Jason Moreno will also receive a forfeit. And we'll finally get matches back underway at 113 pounds. Jaron Peterson, a freshman for the Beat Diggers against Evan Tasker. 120 pounds, Conrad Cole, ranked number 1 against Logan Ash. And at 126 pounds to finish off the duel, Mackie Sandoval will go against Caden Brown.
Okay, we're going to have a meeting of the captains here. So State Farm Insurance, let State Farm Insurance office Greg Mullen in Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, health, State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call today at 842-4555. If you're listening on the internet, just put a 970 in front of that for State Farm Insurance at 970-842-4555. Maybe I put too many fives in there, but you're going to finish off with the fives.
MMI International is also a sponsor for us. Before your next mixer or feeder truck purchase, compare the MMI design, craftsmanship, and service. They continually outperform our competitors, hands down. Call them at 842-5161.
Bo Roach is getting ready to check in here at 132 pounds, senior for the Beat Diggers. And
Bo Rocha ranked number 6 by Tim Yount on the MAT rankings in the state at 3A. Bo Rocha, one of the 2 seniors, I believe, on the team. Everybody else is underclassmen.
Right. He looks like he's got about a 1% body fat out there.
Bo Rocha popping heads out there with Jordan Dumig. Head-to-head tie-up now, drops down for a head and heel, misses that. They come back up to the tie-up position. Forehead to forehead. Oh, with inside control. A little short fireman try, drops down to a single leg. Trips Dumig down, picks up the 2-point takedown to start off the duel. Crossface, little pick and step by Bo Rocha puts Dumig on his back. Dumig looking up at the lights. Bo Rocha putting a lot of pressure on him. This isn't going to last too long. Dumig's got an elbow up. Bo Rocha trying to pressure it, and there's the pin for Bo Rocha at 1 minute in the first period.
Okay, how about that? Let's talk about some of our guys like Valley View Villa. Look to the tomb at Aspen Rehabilitation inside of Valley View Villa for your sports rehab, short-term or long-term care needs. Stop by 815 Fremont or call him today, 867-8261.
Our next match at 138 pounds will feature Alec Peterson, also ranked 6th by Tim Yount, a junior for the Beat Diggers, against Jamie Stedman, for the Estes Park Bobcats, and we don't have what year in school they are for Estes Park.
Estes Park is coached by Kevin Ash, and of course the Beat Diggers by Troy Lucenhoff, the head coach, assisted by Aaron Quinlan, Aaron Ingersoll, and Brady Walter. Okay, we're underway. Peterson, the junior for the Beat Diggers, feints a little shot. Now he shoots in, gets caught in the front headlock by Jamie Stedman. Stedman cranking that front headlock. Peterson backing away from that, trying to peel it away, and gets pushed out of bounds over to our left. We're right here at Matt's side. Big blue Platte Valley mat. We've got a nice double leg tackle, and right on top goes Peterson. Thought he was going to put Stedman right to his back, but Stedman bailed out. Peterson riding parallel. They work to the far side. Peterson working that right arm. Little spiral ride where you take the left arm around and reach by the body and trap that thigh. He's trying to put a half in with that left hand. Stedman kind of bunched up in a ball. Peterson working the right side now. Gets that left-handed thigh pry thing in there. Go around with the half Nelson from the left side, and they roll out of bounds. 41 and a half seconds left here, first period. Our second match against Estes Park. And don't go away as we'll come back and wrestle the Platte Valley Broncos. There's a deep half Nelson on the left side by Peterson. Right wrist tied up. He lost that half Nelson. He's trying to work that back into hammerlock or something. Yep, back to the half with that left hand. I think he's got maybe a 2-on-1 or 1-on-1. Stand parallel. Here's a nice hard cross face. The right hand is working for the knee for that pick and step, and throws Stedman right to his back. Not sure what you call that, Jason, but not enough time. Only gets 2 near fall points here in the end of the first period. Peterson up 2-0. Peterson's choice. And he defers it. And the Estes Park wrestler wants the top. They didn't get many choices in their first duel. Peterson sets on the bottom. Stedman in the right side, quick stand up. Peterson peels the wrist. Stedman drops down on low on the calves, and then Peterson works around. He's trying to reach back in. He's going to have to bail up, stand up, and turn and face. Stedman just hanging on low, keeps the legs tied up, and maintains control. Peterson trying to peel the wrist over the top, puts a single leg, and pops out of there for the reversal. Goes back to that kind of parallel ride. Off the left edge of the mat. A little spiral ride. Peterson trying to work that right arm out. And there's a deep half Nelson. You got deep Nelson. Half Nelson in there, but couldn't lock up that other hand and get some good control on him. Always loved that Wiggins Tigers, that half Nelson with that far wrist.
Yep.
They sure make that work.
Well, we were taught wrist control from an early age over there.
Yeah. Okay, we're back underway after they went out of bounds. 1 minute left here in the second period. Peterson with a hard crossface, traps that left elbow. Is walking that barbed wire around, cranks it over. Stedman rolls through that. Peterson pops over. Now he's got him chest to chest with that headlock and trying to go for the pin. Stedman bridging out of there. Peterson trying to get a little chest pressure on him. Stedman trying to go the other way now. That locks it up a little tighter. Peterson working with 29 seconds and counting here, second period. Lock. Now he's going to roll back to his base, but give up a 3-point near fall. 15 seconds in counting. Peterson up 9-0. Stedman tries to work out from underneath this right. Here comes that half Nelson. There's a thigh pry by Peterson. Not sure why he's not working that far wrist, but we'll head to the third period. Peterson up 9-0. And Peterson will take the down position. That's where he started the second period. That was Stedman's choice to take top. Peterson will take the bottom. Up 9-0. Stedman in on the left side. Peterson tripods up. Now hits a switch, roll around, gets the reversal. Puts him up 11-0. That right wrist, trying to get that left-handed half Nelson sunk in there deep. He's got the wrist locked up this time.
He just needs to jump out to the side and run that thing.
And there he is. Stedman's flat on his back. He's locked up pretty tight. He'll reverse that half and get chest to chest. Stedman's got that shoulder on our side up just a little bit towards the beat digger bench. Peterson trying to get him in the stretcher and stretch him out. Tie up his legs. Punching down 114 and counting. Kind of arching up, and there's the pin for Peterson. Alec Peterson puts him away. 2 pins for the beat diggers. And that comes 4:51 into the match. Okay, with that, we'll have Arnoldo Garcia up here momentarily. Let's take 30 seconds on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Welcome back, and baby Arnoldo Garcia is out there for the beat diggers going against Eric Todd.
And baby's on his hip out there, caught in a little single leg, but trying to pull back around to the back side. Also has a reverse half in there with Todd's arm clamping down on it. He's gonna pull around behind, and there's the 2-point takedown for baby. And Todd's still hanging on to that leg. Puts baby over on his hip. He's in deep on that single leg. There, baby gets his hip out, and Todd's gonna stand up, get an escape. I think that's probably best for baby. Get him off of his hip there. There's baby with a single leg, dropping down to that ankle. Kind of trying to get around behind. He gets behind Todd, picks up another 2 points on a takedown. Todd reaches back and grabs that ankle, pulls it forward. They're going to squirt out of bounds before Todd can pull on that ankle anymore.
Yeah, he's kind of hooking up that single leg and then the ankle. Got that down pat there.
Baby up 4-1 here in the first period at 145 pounds. Got that spiral right out to the side on Todd. Let's see, a tripod's up, tries to throw baby over the top. Little throw, or a elbow throw by Todd, tries to grab Garcia's elbow on the way down and pull him over. Garcia pulls through. Little tilt by Garcia. Garcia's about on his back. He's picking up some back points. Didn't get rolled through all the way, but he got enough there for 2 back points. Still in that same pin hold. We'll go to the second period. Arnoldo Maltos Garcia leads 6-1.
Got a little 2-point near fall out of that nice little tilt. But he was dangerously close to pinning himself. Good thing the referee didn't even look at it. So.
Eric Todd of the Bobcats choice. He chooses the neutral position to start here in the second period. See a little head snap. Pulls Todd down to his knees. Todd snaps back up. Breaks away from the tie-up. Garcia tries to tie up. Todd keeps throwing him away, and there's a nice little fireman by Garcia. Throws Todd down for 2 points on the takedown. Now picking up near fall points just off of that fireman. Todd rolls through. Garcia trying to hit a half on the way. Garcia going to pick up 3 near fall points off of the pinning combination. Todd stands up now trying to get away from Garcia. Garcia drops down to a single, spins around behind.
He's almost got him turked over accidentally.
So Baby leading this match here in the second period with 35 seconds left. 14-1 with another 3 near fall points. Right on the edge of the mat, and they're going to go out of bounds. So they make their way back to the center circle. Garcia's on top in this match, 14-1 with 25 seconds left here in the second period. Baby gets on from the right side. Caution green. A little quick on the start. And green is home, which is brush for this match. Baby anticipating the whistle a little. Now Baby's going to switch sides. Get on from the left. Reaches down, grabs an ankle, pulls Todd down. Side drag by Garcia. A little cheap tilt there. Tries to pull Todd over for near fall points. Now he's going to roll through. And there he's picking up some more back points. And that's going to end the match as Garcia picks up 2 more near fall points. And he's going to win his match by tech fall, 16-1.
Next up, we'll have Zane Fowl, junior for the Bee Diggers, taking on Manny Sankar at 152 pounds. Premier Farm Credit is still the lender of choice for America's farmers and ranchers. They understand and are passionate about agriculture and are dedicated to serving America in good times and bad. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending. Zane Fowl's checking in. Taking a long time to check in over there. Now they're coming out. And B&B Appliance. B&B Appliance carries a full line of in-stock and ready to be delivered. Whirlpool Appliances. With the world moving towards more green energy, try those Whirlpool Appliances at B&B Pharmacy. Okay, we're underway. Zane Fowl with a low single, now a double, picks up Manish, puts him down for a 2-point takedown. Manish Sankar. Oh, he's got the cheap tilt set up, and Sankar gives up a 1 count, another one. And as he gets back to his base, feels that tilt off, but Fowl right to a chicken wing, the illegal chicken wing. And that's good. They're going to call it a potentially dangerous and restart them. Had that chicken wing up there in a bad position. Don't want to pop somebody's shoulder out. So they'll restart them.
You need that wrist parallel there, and he went vertical with it up on the shoulder.
Okay, and as they work, he's kind of a standing cradle for a minute now. Manish is going to peel away and get the escape. That makes it 2-1. 1:12 on the clock here, first period. Fowl follows Manish back into the 10-foot circle. Bobbing and weaving. A couple of feints and head taps. Giving each other that evil eye, I guess you'd call it. Fowl kind of circling. There's Manish with a shot, snapped down, and Fowl's right behind him for the takedown and pushes him out of bounds. 48.7 seconds on the clock, first period. 4-1 for Zane Fowl.
Little quick on the start by Zane Fowl.
Matt Weber over giving us some grief. Platte Valley coach. Sure got a cute little girl there he's carrying around. I think she's about 1 maybe. Okay, Fowl in on the left side. Tried to snap Manish backwards. Manish is going to stand up, peel away, and get the escape. Makes it 4-1 for Fowl. Manish with a shot. Fowl blocks that. Manish gets these feet, turns and faces foul with a shot. Manish backs away from that. And the Estes Park coach, for some reason, wants to stand right in front of us. Now they're giving each other the evil eye, walking around on the edge of the 10-foot circle. Another shot, long-range shot by foul. Manish backs away from that. Foul gets out of that. They come back on their feet. Say, giving each other the evil eye. There's a shot by Manish, and foul blocks that, and they go out of bounds. 7 seconds on the clock. And then we'll head to the second period. 4-2 for the Bee Digger. St. Foul looks to Coach Lusenhoff and defers. So Manish Sankar will take the down position. Got that deferred choice. Foul grab a leg, lift it up, try to throw in a grapevine. Now he gets him with kind of a body scissors. Not really a power half. He's a little bit high with this. Underneath, foul a little high. He's got the headlock off of that. Got a little bit of a turn. This Manish is up there on his shoulder. Foul's he's got an arm in there with that now. A little power half coming from Foul. Elbow slipped over the top and stays with that. Manish trying to turn into Foul. Foul follows him around, stays in control. Now he's on top. Put a little arm bar in there off that now. And back to the headlock. Minute left here, second period. Now working that body scissor and can't seem to get any leverage on the head. Sankar got an arm kind of out of position. Now here comes the headlock out of kind of a Turk. Foul can Turk him over. He's got the shoulder trap at the right hand, but lost his advantage there. Sankar gets the knees out. Now we get stalemate called by the referee. Sankar was pinned in 152 in his first match against Platte Valley's Brian Powers. Sankar set. 27 seconds left here in the second period. Sankar with a set out. Trying to set up. Oh, he gets pancaked right to his back. Foul going for the pin. His Foul dumped him right to his back. Got criteria for a 3-point near fall. We've got 10 seconds and counting here in the second period. Sankar trying to work out of this. Now Foul trying to readjust that hold. He'll end up just picking up a 3-point near fall, and we'll head to the third period. Foul's choice. He's taken down. Looking our way, kind of. We're at the corner of the mat. Found a gold singlet. And he'll kick out of there. Sankar grabs him with a good tight waist. Foul goes one way, then the other. Sankar keeps that deep, tight waist in there with the left hand. Trying to crawl forward a little bit. Right at the north edge of the 10-foot circle. Now Foul with a hard switch, but Sankar settles that down. Foul basing out. He's tempted to reach back. And seems like he stopped early enough, right, Jason?
Yeah.
Reach back and grab the head. Here comes a hard crossface from Sankar. Now Foul's hooked up a single leg as he's trying to drive in. Sankar will wedge him down with the waist pry, but he's kind of teed out to the front. There's no Foul underneath. Now he's in a nice double leg. Sets Sankar over on his hip. Doesn't have control yet. And Sankar trying to fight it off with the waist pry, and there's 2 points going Foul's way as they get the reversal. 53 seconds left and counting here in the third period. Foul up by 7, 9-2. Sankar trying to set out, and he'll pop away for the escape. 35 seconds and counting. Foul following him around. Estes Park was shut out by Platte Valley. There's a shot by Foul. Another long-range shot. Sankar fighting that off. Foul trying to get in double leg position. We're down to about 10 seconds left in this match. This one's going to go the distance. Foul caught underneath. He's going to win it. But it'll just be a decision. 9-3 for Zane Foul. We'll be back in a moment on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Welcome back, and while you're gone, Cookie Barraza just picked up a pin over John Taylor of Estes Park.
27 seconds.
Yeah, the whole 27 seconds, so that minute commercial kind of ate up our match. But we're like Toyota. We love to drive by and browse their cars there. They're by McDonald's in Fort Morgan, Ehrlich Toyota East. Okay, Cookie Barraza with the pin win there. And the Beat Diggers now up 26-0 as we go to Brandon Beering. And a host of forfeits here. Brandon will pick up a forfeit at 170. Then Toby McDonald, sophomore for the Beat Diggers, will get a forfeit at 182. Then Tristan Teeter at 195. Joe Carlin at 220. Oscar Soto at 285. And Jason Marino at 106.
We should end up, after all of these forfeits, with Brush being up 62-0 by my calculations after we add all those up, with 3 matches left. Jaron Peterson, Conrad Cole, and Mackie Sandoval yet to go for the Beat Diggers.
So we up about 62-0 now?
That's what I'm guessing. They're not caught up on the scoreboard yet.
Tristan just picking up his forfeit win. Conrad Cole will have a match along with Jaron Peterson and Mackie Sandoval to wrap up this duel. Then we should be able to go to the Platte Valley duel. Hope we don't have any time constraints on that one. But we'll have a few JV matches, too, to kind of lead us into that duel with Platte Valley. So don't go away. One more forfeit, and we'll have a match. And see, we did B&B Appliance. So who we got left?
Ackley Building Center, your one-stop center for home improvement projects. Ackley Building Center, located at 1402 Mill Street in Brush, is your one-stop shop for flooring, paint, tools, appliances, and more.
Okay, Jason. Good.
Jaron Peterson with his first match at 113 pounds this year. He dropped down there so he could be on the varsity team, help out the team. And
a little tough to beat out a returning state champ, number 1 ranked Conrad Cole. Now the officials over there high-fiving the scorekeeper. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay.
And he didn't want us to mention his name on the air, but I think we ought to anyway.
Mr. McGurl?
Yep.
We just mentioned his last name.
Just underway here in the first period with Jaron Peterson for the Beat Diggers against Evan Tasker of the Bobcats. Peterson in on a double leg, trying to pull him in. Jaron Peterson, just a freshman for the Beat Diggers. Jaron Peterson with an underhook and reaching in, throws Tasker to his back. But they say they're out of bounds before that throw.
Kind of had a cow catcher throw there. I think that's what that was. A little arm drag in there for a moment. We're trying to.
Well, I'm having a hard time seeing it.
Got the Estes Park coach right in front of him.
Front headlock by Tasker of the Bobcats on Peterson. Jaron trying to get in on a little short fireman, it looks like. Now getting thrown. There's the fireman by Peterson. Gets a 2-point takedown. Picking up back points now on Tasker. Tasker rolls through it, but not before Peterson picks up 2 near fall points to go along with his takedown. Leads 4-0 now at 113 pounds. Jaron Peterson still in control. A little overhook on the head and had a leg for a minute. Now puts that spiral right in there. A little sit-out attempt by Tasker. Peterson still with that spiral ride. Looks like he likes it as much as his brother does.
Probably gets that from his dad, maybe.
Now Peterson trying to pull an arm out, set it on top of Tasker's back. Little arm bar, but we're going to run out of time here in the first period. With Jaron Peterson leading this match 4-0 as we go into the second period. Tasker's choice.
He's going to take neutral.
Peterson in on a single leg. Tasker blocks it. Has Peterson stuck underneath. Reaches for that ankle, trying to pick it up and get behind Peterson. Peterson pulling in that elbow, though. Trying for that short fireman again. Still a front headlock by Tasker, but Peterson still trying to grab that elbow and reach through and tip Tasker over with that fireman. It looks like he's going to get it done.
Almost a cradle look for a moment.
Yep. Peterson going to pick up the 2-point takedown. Now has Tasker on his back. And there's the pin for Jaron Peterson. The second period. A minute 9 left. Going to be a 2-minute 51 second period. Second period pin.
Okay, how about that? Okay, Stubbs Gas and Oil. If you're tired of the same old lunch and dinner, switch it up and pick up something new from the hot and cold deli selection there at Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. Find great food and low prices at Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. Okay, Conrad Coles up next as he takes on Logan Ash. Ash with a big knee brace and that purple, black, kind of violet, I guess, light violet colors. He's got red and white shoes. They're not quite so wild. And Conrad shakes hands with him, and we're underway here in the first period at 120 pounds. Little wrist tie, and there's Conrad with a shot, and Ash sprawls away and goes out of bounds. Just underway here at 120. There's Ash feints his shot. Conrad just kicks his leg back, comes up, and they bang foreheads. Ash kind of circling. Conrad's standing there now. Reach up. Go back to that forehead-to-forehead tie. And Conrad tries to throw him by and hit a tackle, but they'll be out of bounds at the restart. There's a quick shot by Conrad off the whistle. Gets caught in a front headlock. Ties up that arm of Logan Ash. It's kind of in that under position. Ash trying to get that arm free. But Conrad hanging on to it. And the official's going to call a stalemate. Restart with 102, no score in the match. Logan Ash bouncing around out in front. Gets a couple head taps from Conrad. There's Conrad in on a double leg. Ash trying to sprawl away from it. He stands up and faces Conrad. Conrad works him towards the far side and shoots in, and they'll be out of bounds. At the restart, 43 seconds left, first period, no score. Conrad on a quick whistle, gets an ankle, a little ankle pick, jumps up, gets a takedown on Ash. Good. Looking at tight waist near arm. Ash trying to hit a switch. Conrad follows him around. Ash puts up a single leg, catches a hard cross face from Conrad. Conrad working that left ankle. in the crossface. Now he's going to scissor circle that leg. Oh, he's got a half Nelson in there, stacking him up for the pin. Oh, that was a sweet move. Got a name for that one, a 158 pin for Conrad Cole over Logan Ash. So we're down to our last match. And the Beat Diggers now up 74.
74-0. Another chance to hit the 80-point plateau. Only a total of 84 points possible.
Had a decision there somewhere. One decision by St. Val.
Had one decision and one tech fall. So
that's 4 points you won't get. But we got up to Mackey. He was sick yesterday. Had to come in and work out this morning so he could wrestle today. And I can't see him this time.
Mackey looks like a little throw try by Mackey. Now he's going to back away from it before he gets in trouble with that. Mackey in on a single leg. Spins around behind Caden Brown.
Somebody must be bleeding.
2-point takedown. I think maybe it's his head bleeding.
Must have banged heads out there somehow. Caden Brown over in the corner right in front of us. His coach is out checking Mackey out. Looks like he's trying to explain how he got his head banged.
Stubbs Gas and Oil. If you're tired of the same old lunch and dinner menu, switch it up and pick up something from the hot and cold deli selection at Stubbs Gas and Oil. Find great food at low prices at Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. Wrestlers back underway now.
Okay, well, they're on their feet. I don't know. I didn't see any points awarded there.
Yeah, and the referee, McGurl, I think he messed up there. They're going to start it over with.
I thought maybe Mackey gave him a free escape or something.
So Caden Brown's going to be down here in the first period. Caden Brown sets. Mackey Sandoval gets on from the left side. Side drag by Sandoval. Has that arm trapped underneath. Good wrist control. Looking for a tilt. There's a good tilt by Sandoval. Quick roll through by Brown. Only picks up a 1 count. Now Sandoval with an arm bar, but they're right on the line, and McGurl's going to call him out of bounds. 45 seconds left in the first period. Mackey Sandoval leads 2-0 with the initial takedown. Mackey Sandoval chops the arm, grabs the wrist. They're looking for an arm bar with that wrist. Steps through, puts Caden Brown right to his back with an arm bar and a wrist. Has Brown flattened out pretty deep there. A little more pressure on that left shoulder, and Sandoval will have a pick up a pin here for the Beat Diggers. Now he lets go of that little half Nelson he puts in. Caden Brown tries to roll through that. Mackey Sandoval on his toes and going to pick up the pin. Minute 20 for the Beat Digger, and the Brush Beat Digger is going to win this duel 80-0.
Wow, that's a convincing win. How about we take a couple-minute timeout? We'll come back and give you the totals on this duel, and we'll head to that duel with Platte Valley here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Welcome back. We're at Kersey at home of the Platte Valley Broncos. Looking at the Broncos sign, couldn't remember Platte Valley. Must be getting late. Anyway, we kicked the duel off at 126 with Mackey Sandoval. 132, Bo Rocha with a pin over Jordan Beanie.
We'll have 4 JV matches before the match.
And then Jason
Sorry, I was looking at the JV side.
Oh, was it?
We're going to start where?
We'll start this next one at 138 with Alex Peterson, I believe. But then Bo Rocha had his 1-minute pin. Alex Peterson with a 4:51 pin over Stedman.
Gabe Valentine.
Baby Garcia with a
Jason
tech ball
Wetman.
16-1.
Then we will have
Zane
Chris
Fowl with a
Matthews
9-3
versus Wyatt Rollman.
decision. Cookie
Followed by
Barraza
Kristen
with a
Harlow
27-second
versus
pin.
Johnny
Forfeits went to Brandon Buring at
and then
170,
Brandon
Toby
Conrad
McDonald at
versus
182,
Torrealba.
Tristan
Following
Peter at
varsity match, we'll have
195,
Austin Albright
220
versus Torrealba.
pounds. Joe Carwin got a forfeit. Oscar Soto at heavyweight with a forfeit, and Jason Moreno finished off the forfeits at 106. All those wins for the Beat Diggers. Then Jaron Peterson with the 251 pin over Evan Tasker. Conrad Cole, a 158 pin over Logan Ash. And Matthew Sandoval with the 120 pin over Caden Brown to finish off the duel 80-0. Beat Diggers the winners. So Estes Park didn't score a point on the team side tonight. A little tough. Let's take another short time out. We'll be back in a moment on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.
And welcome back to Platte Valley High School, where Jason Weisman is taking on Gabe Valentine at 113 pounds. To get Jason Weisman a match, we had to move him up to 113 pounds, and I don't think he weighs 90 regularly. He got taken down and ended up getting put on his back right away. He's down 5-0 in this match so far. Lot of difference in size out there as Gabe Valentine hooks up a cross-face cradle, puts Weisman on his back. Jason Weisman fighting out there off of his back, and there's a pin for Gabe Valentine of Platte Valley at 58 seconds in the first period. Second JV match against Platte Valley at 126 pounds, I believe, is Wyatt Coleman taking on Adrian Rodriguez of Platte Valley. Central Auto Parts. You want your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape, so make sure you take care of them. Purchase the best quality parts and accessories at great prices at your local Napa store, Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. As Wyatt Coleman makes his way to the mat, as does Adrian Rodriguez. Referee checks in, blows his whistle, and we're underway. Adrian Rodriguez tied up forehead to forehead with Wyatt Coleman. Wyatt Coleman with wrist control. Both wrestlers still on their feet. No shots yet. Just looking for control out there first. Head and heel attempt by Rodriguez. Picks up Coleman's ankle there. Drops down. Coleman going to pick up a 2-point takedown. Coleman stands up trying to run away. There were locked hands by Rodriguez, but the referee didn't see it. Nice switch by Coleman. And maybe the referee did see it. He picked it up at the last minute, going to give Coleman a 1-point locked hands violation. So he picks up a point there and then gets the reversal also. So Coleman leading this match 3-0 or 3-2. Now Rodriguez stands up. Coleman dumps him back down. They're right on the edge of the mat, and there's going to be a out of bounds. Rodriguez goes back to the center of the mat, gets set. Coleman on from the right side. Side drag attempt by Coleman, but stand up by Rodriguez. Picks up a 1-point escape. We're tied at 3 with 25 seconds left in the first period. Wrestlers in the neutral position. Forehead to forehead again out there. Looking for wrist control. No shots. Inside of 5 seconds left in the first period. And we're going to go to the second period. Wyatt Coleman and Adrian Rodriguez tied at 3. be Coleman's choice. He defers to Rodriguez. Rodriguez chooses down here in the second period. Once again, Coleman sets up on the right side. Referee going to give Coleman a caution. Didn't have his one hand on the belly button. Switch attempt by Rodriguez. Coleman follows him around. Stand up by Rodriguez, trying to run away. Coleman dumps him back down. Another stand up by Rodriguez. Side drag by Coleman. Gets wrist control underneath. Has Rodriguez flattened out now. Cross face by Coleman. Trying to reach through and grab that cross-face cradle. Pulls Rodriguez back. Dumps him over to his back. Has him tied up pretty tight. And there's the pin for Coleman. 34 seconds into the second period. So Beat Diggers pick up their first win on the JV side. We'll go to 132 pounds where Johnny Ailts will take on Crispin Harrow of the Broncos. As Harrow makes his way out to the center circle. Johnny Ailts now checking in. He's ready, and they're back underway.
Okay. Hey, how'd you say that? Eights? Harrow? Crispin Harrow? You said Hero? I think it's Harrow.
H-A-R-O. So
yeah, the Harrows from Platte Valley. Watched him a few years ago. Did you wrestle any of them? They were always a little bigger.
No, didn't wrestle any of them.
Crispin Harrow out there, freshman, along with Johnny Yates. Yates on the bottom as Harrow get the first takedown. He's trying to work a little tilt, but Yates fought that off as they work around right in the center of the 10-foot circle. Got kind of the mat light going here. Nice side lightings. We can actually see what we're doing here. Their mat light. Harrow trying to set up that tilt. Over it goes, but no exposure. Just rolled through. Here it comes again, but Yates fought that off. Now Harrow's putting a little reinforced arm bar in here on the left side. Put that left arm tied up underneath. Put the arm bar in there, trying to work it in a little deeper. Down to 35 seconds and counting here in the first period. 2-0 for the Platte Valley wrestler, Crispin Harrow. Al Harrow wrestling for Platte Valley a few years ago. See him here and there at wrestling matches. It's working that, trying to work that arm bar. It goes to tilt and gets caught on his back. Now Johnny Yates is on top. He'll tie it up, and he's trying to work into a pinhole. Harrow fights out of that, and we head to the second period, tied up 2-2. Harrow with the first takedown, rode Yates up until the last few seconds, and he got the reversal. And Harrow will take the down position here in the second period, tied up 2-2. Trying to chop that left arm. Spin around. It's working from the top. Sophomore for the Beat Diggers. It's a new name for me. Is keeping that tight waist, keep chopping on that left arm. Harrow rolls up in a ball, and he gets turned on his back with a little kind of a hip heist. Going to give up a 2-point near fall, but he's going to come up with a reversal, or Harrow will. So Yates with a 2-point near fall, and Harrow gets a reversal. That's kind of hard to hold somebody there with that. Yeah. He's kind of holding on to his hip. Lucky to get the 2 points out of it. Now Harrow working that 2-on-1, trying that cheap tilt. Just can't quite get it to work right. He must not have it loaded up quite right.
He's tried that probably a half a dozen times about 3 times. Eltz rolled through with him, and the other times he went over on his hip and couldn't get Eltz to go and bounced back up off of it. Hasn't got that tilt to work yet, but he keeps trying for it.
Going to work around in a circle. Oh, here comes that cheap tilt again. This time it works. We get a 1 count. Might have got a 2 count. The official didn't give it as he gets back to his base. 25 seconds of counting here in the second period. Still tied up 4-4. We'll try to put a half Nelson in here on the left side. And Eltz gets caught in that half Nelson again, but he bellies down. Will be his choice, I think, as we go into the third period. Carl works out to the front with a front headlock, but he runs out of time. We'll head to the third period. Tied up 4-4 here in the JV match here at 132 pounds. Johnny on the bottom. 4-4 tie. Carl on that blue singlet. Quick stand-up attempt by Yates. He gets caught in that 2-on-1 again. Carl's going to try to work that tilt again. Just can't quite get it set up right. I was trying to put the arm bar in off of that reinforced arm bar. Ties that left hand of the beat diggers underneath. Then gives up on that arm bar. He's trying to peel the wrist away. And Harrell comes up, catches him a front headlock, and H gets a double leg tackle in on him and gets a reversal. 2-point reversal and a 2-point lead for the beat digger. Here comes a little rookie roll, and now kind of a Peterson roll, and somehow H come up on top. Got the cross face in there, maintains control. They're rocking and flying all over the place. And now H chops that near arm this time. Keeps that tight waist in there on Harrell. Inside a minute to go in the match. Harrell trying to peel the wrist. H comes back, chops that near arm. He's right there on the hip in this 132-pound JV match. So hard cross face. The left arm. He traps that up and lifting and driving for the cross face cradle. Harrell breaks that free, bases out. And H comes around, chopping the arm and trying to work that tight hold. Here comes a little Peterson roll, and now the beat digger's on his back. He rolls out of that. Harrell comes up and gets a kind of a front headlock. H comes out the top. Now he's got Harrell almost exposed. Kind of got him turked over out of that pick and step. And back points coming now. There's a couple. That should tie it up for H. H going for the pin now with 4 seconds left. And there's the pin. We'll give a 5:57 pin to Johnny H for the beat diggers. How about that? Wow. What did I say? 5:57 pin.
We have one more JV match before we start into the varsity side of this duel. At 145 pounds, Izzy Turalba will be going against Brandon Mondragon for the Broncos.
And what happened to Jason Weissman and Gabe Valentine? They didn't do that one?
We had a 58-second pin.
Oh, I missed that one.
Weissman got pinned in 58 seconds. Gabe Valentine's a 113-pounder, and Jason Weissman's probably high 80s.
Okay.
There was a large weight advantage there, but Weissman got a match under his belt anyway.
Okay.
We're underway here at 145 pounds. Izzy Turalba bumping foreheads with Brandon Mondragon. Fighting for inside control. Popping each other's elbows out of there, trying to get inside control on the head as they're forehead to forehead. Just bowling around out there, pushing into each other. No shots yet. Izzy breaks away from that forehead to forehead tie up. Now a little duck under try by Izzy. He misses that. Mondragon backs away. They tie back up forehead to forehead. Break back apart. Inside of a minute now in the first period. Fireman try by Mondragon. Izzy blocks it, spins around behind and going to pick up the 2-point takedown. So he'll lead the match 2-0. 35 seconds left in the first period. Izzy breaks Mondragon down, has a wrist and looking for an arm bar, running ahead now, trying to get around on that head. Run it and get Mondragon over on his back. Now Izzy's going to give up on that. Had it for a little bit. Now cross-face by Izzy. Backs off it. Mondragon back down flat. Inside of 5 seconds now, and we're going to go to the second period. Izzy Turalba leading this JV match 2-0. Mondragon's choice. He's going to choose top here in the second period. Izzy sets on the bottom. Mondragon on from the right side. He sets. A reach back by Turalba. That didn't go anywhere. Turalba on all fours. Trying to keep his base under him. He tries to crawl out of there. Needs to clear that arm when he does that. Well, tripod now by Turalba. Near side cradle attempt by Mondragon. Stand up by Turalba, and he's going to get the 1-point escape and go up 3-0. Once again, they bang foreheads out there. That forehead to forehead tie up. Little shot attempt by Mondragon. Izzy tried to get around behind him, but Mondragon backed out of it before he could. They come back up to the neutral position, and once again in a forehead-to-forehead tie-up. Izzy looking for wrist control in that tie-up. A little arm drag. Misses it. Not doing much of anything out there but pushing each other around the mat. Mondragon drops down, tries to grab a leg, and Izzy blocks that. Now Izzy pulls Mondragon down. Mondragon reaches in for a single leg, front headlock by Izzy. Izzy trying to shuck him by. There, Izzy spins around behind and going to get the 2-point takedown and go up by a score of 5-0 here in the second period. Breaks Mondragon down, gets 2-on-1 wrist control underneath. Still sitting behind Mondragon, needs to get out to the side and work something. And we're going to go to the third period with Izzy Turalba up 5-0, and it's Izzy's choice. He's going to choose down here in the third period. Izzy sets on the bottom. Mondragon on from the left side. We're going to get a caution on Mondragon. I think he didn't have his hand on the belly button. We're back underway. Third period now. Izzy leads 5-0. Izzy just ladled out there. Now he tries to stand up, ripping the arms away, and he's going to get the escape. Now leads 6-0. They tie up forehead to forehead again.
Brandon Mondragon, a sophomore.
Mondragon reaches down, grabs a single leg, trying to pull it in. Somehow Izzy's getting behind him, and Izzy's going to pick up the 2-point takedown. I don't know how that happened. That was a good deep single by Mondragon, and somehow Izzy just slipped in behind.
He wrapped his legs around it. He got a kind of a leg ride there. Well, he was almost on his back.
Barbed wire now by Izzy. He's got Mondragon on his back. Going to pick up 2 near fall points out of that as Mondragon rolls through it. But Izzy's up 10-0 now here with 55 seconds left in the third period. That shoulder exposed, and Izzy saw it. He's going to throw a half in, trying to run that head. He's got to get out to the side on that. Now Izzy's going to get out to the side. Oh.
Couldn't hold his pressure there.
Mondragon just pulled his arm down, and out came Izzy's arm. Pick and step now by Izzy Torralba. Doesn't quite have him exposed. Has him over on his side. Needs to tighten up that wrist or that shoulder a little more. Now he's picking up some, but Mondragon's going to roll through.
Well, we're going to give Mondragon a reversal out of that. I thought maybe it might get an escape, but not a reversal.
So Izzy leads 12-2 as he picked up 2 near fall points before he got rolled through on that pick and step. Got reversed by Mondragon. And we're going to run out the third period as Izzy picks up the win, 12-2.
Okay, that should do it for the Beat Diggers here on the JV side. Izzy will come back and wrap it up as he's supposed to face Austin Albrighton. As that'll kick off after the duel. If we go by schedule, the coaches are going to start getting nervous, getting a little bit late here as we're down to 8:25 this evening. But Beat Diggers got to get out of town early tomorrow and head up for that triple duel tomorrow night that we haven't talked about much for a while. Is Thompson Valley, ranked number 2 in the state at 4A. Pomona, number 4 at 5A will be there, along with the Brush Beat Diggers, ranked number 1 in the state, just a little bit ahead of that Valley team just right up the road here.
That could be the duel of the year here in Colorado. There's a lot of top-ranked wrestlers and 3 of the top-ranked schools in the state.
And I believe one of those wrestlers is right, well, I've got it here. Thompson Valley, 120-pounder, I think, is ranked number 1 in the state, or number 2. They're ranked way up there. And this one highlighted here.
Yeah, Conrad Cole would have 2 good matches. Thompson Valley's wrestler ranked 3rd in the state.
And Pomona's Travis Torres is ranked number 1. And Torres wasn't there last year when we were up at Pomona. So.
Yeah, I believe Conrad wrestled Josh Rosales from Pomona. Was supposed to wrestle him last year, and he's ranked 2nd at 126 pounds. Well, Pomona and Thompson Valley have some very tough wrestlers ranked here in the state, and it's going to be a whale of a duel tomorrow night.
Ought to be a fun one. I don't suppose the girls will let us go.
I'm sure planning on going.
I'd sure like to. Let's see how work goes tomorrow.
At 171, we have Pino Cidio, Platte Valley, and Brandon Bird.
We're announcing the varsity matches for Brush and Platte Valley. We can run through them real quick. We're going to start at 138 pounds. Austin Walters ranked 11th in the state for Platte Valley against Alex Peterson. At 145 pounds, Clark Jett from Platte Valley taking on number 6 ranked Arnaldo Maltos Baby Garcia. At 152 pounds, Brian Powers will go against Zane Fowler of the Beat Diggers. 160 pounds, Justin Neal for Platte Valley against Cookie Eligio Barraza. 171 pounds, we'll have Tino Cidio of Platte Valley taking on Brandon Buring of the Beat Diggers. 182 pounds, Garrett McCullough, ranked 15th in the state for Platte Valley against Toby McDonald. 195 pounds, could be the match of the evening. Number 7 ranked Evan Franck of Platte Valley against Tristan Teeter, number 6 ranked. And at 220 pounds, Jeremiah Land of Platte Valley against Joe Carwin of Brush. Heavyweight Oscar Soto is going to pick up a forfeit win. Then we'll jump back up to 106 pounds where Nate Dill of the Broncos will take on Jason Moreno for the Beat Diggers. 113 pounds, Roman Pickett will go against Jaron Peterson. And at 120 pounds, number 9 ranked Andrew Jaramillo will take on number 1 returning state champion Conrad Cole. 126 pounds, Tanner Fetzer for the Platte Valley Broncos will go against number 3 ranked Mackie Sandoval. And then we'll round off the evening at 132 pounds. Number 9 ranked Ryan Waite will take on number 6 ranked Bo Rocha. As we're waiting on the coin toss and guess we're waiting on the official to get out there. There he is.
Yeah, we got the wrestlers. Don't have the official. He's over gabbing with
probably eating nachos or something.
Matt Weber, the coach for Platte Valley. He started out at the Air Academy as a wrestler. I think he was injured in a car wreck and kind of ended his career, but now he's back coaching the Broncos and is teaching out at Prairie High School up there by New Raymer a couple years ago. Yeah, really nice young man. Okay, the coin flips over. We'll have to watch to see who gets choice. And don't forget AC Ice. They proudly support local high school sports throughout northeastern Colorado. When you need ice, don't settle for just any old frozen water. Get AC Ice. You can find it in any local grocery or convenience store near you. That's AC Ice. And Equitable Savings and Loan, northeastern Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan with locations in Fort Morgan and Brush. They have the financial solutions for you. And, of course, Mr. D's Ace Farm and Home Center. There's one in Brush, one in Fort Morgan, one in Sterling. Mr. D's for all your farm and ranch supplies, including Purina feeds and everything. Stop by any of the Ace stores in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and our newest location at 122 Custer Street in Brush. That's Mr. D's Farm and Home. Oops, excuse me there. Okay, I think we're ready to go at 138 now. The referee's doing a victory lap and checking in with the AD. We'll get this duel underway here in a moment.
Both of these wrestlers ranked.
Austin Walters takes on Alec Peterson. Am I doing this one or are you? Okay.
Take your choice.
You did the introductions. Okay. Austin Walters ranked number 11. Alec Peterson, number 6. We're underway at 138 pounds. Platte Valley in a black singlet with a little blue doodahs on the front. Peterson in the Beat Digger maroon and gold singlet as we work off the blue mat.
What are doodahs?
I don't know, whatever those things are on there. Guess that's a Bronco there. And they got Broncos across the rear in light blue. There's a shot by Peterson. Wrist tying there by Walters. Peterson gets out of that. Peterson trying to work the wrist. Walters with those pretty pink shoes. Peterson will drive him out of bounds here on the near side. No score here. 1:14 on the clock first period.
Austin Walters with good wrist control there in the neutral position, not giving Alec Peterson a chance to get a good shot.
Yeah, Walters a senior, Peterson a junior. They faced each other a time or two. Peterson trying to work that right arm, and Walters pops down. Peterson stands there and clears the wrist. They come back to tie up. Peterson drops down to a single leg, picks it up, goes to a double. Walters trying to throw him, but Peterson will get the 2-point takedown. As they're right on the edge of the 10-foot circle, Peterson will get a spiral ride with a half Nelson. Walters stands up, peels away, and gets his skate. 2-1 for Beat Digger. Alec Peterson. Here comes a little, look like a short fireman. Peterson blocks that, drops in there down a nice low single. Trying to spin around behind and get control. Walters gets a little whizzer in there. Peterson deep on that single, reaching for the double leg as Walters got one leg way out of bounds. Peterson picks that up, trying to tree top him, but can't raise him up. And right on the line, they'll be out of bounds. Oh, we get the takedown out of that. I don't know if there was enough for control. The official signals that Peterson will be up 4-1 with 10 seconds on the clock. First period. Peterson in on the left side as we restart. Oop, get a caution on the start. That goes against Peterson. Kind of did a little double clutch there on the tummy. Okay. Austin Walters set. And okay, now I think they let the clock run about a second, so probably delay the start instead of resetting it. There we go, 10.3. Okay, now we're set to go. Peterson moves from the left to the right side. Quick stand up by Walters. Peterson with the tight waist. Stand behind the elbows there with a good ride. Little spiral ride. Now he throws a headlock and kind of reverse grapevine and rolls Walters over. But most of that came after the whistle blew. In the second period, it's Platte Valley's choice. So he defers it, and Peterson wants to go neutral. Work under the mat light. And back to those wrist ties. Walters reach for a single. Peterson comes up. More of a feint. Now Peterson low on a single again. There with it deep. Walters trying to fight it off with a waist pry. Peterson kind of peels out of that, steps over, gets a leg in, gets a cross face in, and has Walters turked over, so we get a 2-point takedown. Picking up back points is Peterson. Kind of got him in that Superman with the ankle, and Walters powers out of that, comes up on top for the reversal. So we give it a 2-point near fall, now we get a 2-point reversal going Walters' way. Now he's working from the top with 1 minute left in the second period.
8-3 now the score, Alec. Peterson on top. I guess not on top, he's leading.
Yeah, he's on the bottom now, but we're going to get a stalemate call, so we head back to center with 51 seconds on the clock, second period. Pretty good scramble there. And thought Walters was about to get pinned. Popped out of there and he got the reverse. Peterson sat looking our way. Walters in here on the left side. Peterson tries to stand up. Walters with that spiral ride. He'll tie up that 2-on-1. Peterson kind of bunching up, trying to get those wrists clear. Walters good about clamping down on those wrists. And Peterson gets the left one free. Walters working to get a caution for stalling on Peterson. Okay, here comes a cheap tilt attempt by Walters, and Peterson steps over it, hooks the head, has Walters set over on the hip, and now Peterson on top going for the pin. Holding there for a 2 count. Now we'll get back in riding position. We get a 2-point reversal, 2-point near fall for Peterson. And there's a little spin of roll, kind of a Granby roll. Watch the elbow there, ref. And Walters built a base, but he's down by 12-3 scores. We head to the third period. Peterson looks at the coach. He kind of wanted neutral. The coach was saying, do whatever you want, but it was Peterson's choice in the second period, so he's going to have to work from the top. Well, that Walters took down position. We're going to get a second caution on Peterson. Yeah, can you define that? Can't read the lips. They're facing the wrong way. And Peterson's going to give Walters a free escape.
Doesn't want to take another caution.
Just let him loose. It's just underway. Walters with a good shot. Peterson blocks that. Ear to ear. Peterson kind of pinched those elbows together and blocked that shot.
Big underhook by Walters, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to set up a throw. Peterson gets out of that. Walters ties his wrists up. Well, Peterson tried to drop down this single. Walters down. Oh, set over on his knee there for a second, but Peterson can't pull him in. The official's going to shorten up the mat there and send him back to the center. 35 seconds gone here in the third period. 8-point lead for Alec Peterson. Just ties those wrists up, tries a shot. Peterson kind of swims back toward. Now he'll tie up Walter's wrist for a moment. And Walters reaches for a single. Now pancake move. Oh, Walters, nice single leg, lets Peterson up and dumps him down for the 2-point takedown. 12-6. Peterson flattened out there. Walters working from the top, staying parallel as they face away from us. Walters looks like he's trying to work those one-on-ones. Roll his wrist back underneath. Peterson gets the right wrist free. And inside of 30 seconds to go, and we'll get another caution, and that'll stalling warning, on Peterson. That's going to give Walters a penalty point. He doesn't see all that work underneath trying to clear those wrists. As Peterson's flattened out again. Down inside of 10 seconds and counting. Peterson up 12-7 as the side drag kind of attempt by Walter. Ties up those wrists. We're going to run out of time. Peterson's going to win the first match of this duel by a score of 12-7. Let's take 30 seconds on 10-10 KSI.
Welcome back to Platte Valley High School as we move up to 145 pounds. Arnaldo Maltos, Baby Garcia against Clark Jett for the Broncos. Just underway here in the first period as they tie up forehead to forehead. Nice single leg by Garcia. He's in on it deep, trying to work up the back. Now goes through the legs. Going to give Clark Jett the 2-point takedown as he spins behind him. 30 seconds gone in this first period. Clark Jett scores the first 2 points.
Cookie's like, was I really taken down then?
Baby sets on the bottom. Caution on Baby, a little quick on the start. Sets again. Tries to clear the arm. Stand up by Garcia. Jett pulls him back down. Maybe tripods back up. Jett out on that head and that front shoulder pretty hard. They're right on the edge of the mat. Jett trying to pull him out. A lot of pressure on that head and shoulder.
Yeah, Baby so athletic. He kind of was stacked up there, and he was about to pop out the top there earlier. He's going to be hard to turn, though.
Clark Jett with a lot of strength, you can tell that. Stand up by Garcia, trying to hit a switch on the way back down, and Jett pulls him back down. Back up again by Garcia. Tripped back down by Jett. Garcia just keeps coming back at him, stands up right on the edge of the mat, trying to peel away and run. Jett hanging on to an ankle, picks it high. Right on the edge of the mat, Baby drops down to an ankle himself. Jett going to just settle back on top of him. Garcia keeps trying stuff. He doesn't quit out there, but
he's trying to put a couple of moves together.
Jett's doing a good job of just keeping in control in the top position. They go out of bounds, and Baby will go back to the center of the mat. Sets on the bottom. Clark Jett on top from the left side. Side drag by Jett. Reaches through. Baby turns into him with a crossface. Trying to get behind Jett. Now Jett drops down to that ankle again and trips Garcia back down. Clark Jett and Garcia right on the edge of the mat. They're going to run out of time here in the first period. Baby's going to be down in this match 2-0 going into the second period.
It'll be his choice.
Baby's going to take down here. He gets set. Clark Jett on from the left side again. Stand-up try by Garcia. Once again, Jett drops down to that ankle, picks it high and trips Garcia down. Now Garcia turns into him, trying to pick up single himself. Now that fireman by Garcia drops him down, puts him to his back, picking up back points here. Clark Jett going to roll through it. No, Garcia pulls him back down again with that headlock and that fireman, and he's going to pick up the pin here in the second period.
Oh, man.
Good pin by Baby. Boy, that fireman of his is sweet, isn't it?
Oh, man. 231 pin for Arnaldo Maltos Garcia, Baby. He kind of got fired up there. I don't think he liked that first period. Brian Powers will be up next for Platte Valley Broncos, and he'll take on Zane Powell here at 152 pounds. About Morgan Community College, visit MCC online at www.morgancc.ed or stop by the campus for a personal advising session that will get you on the right track to find out the options available for you. And imagine your possibilities. Zane Powell with a little bear hug and dumps his opponent down out of bounds. He might have got the takedown if he could have kept his feet down, but they landed out of bounds. So back to center, no score. 10 seconds. There's a double leg tackle. Powell in there on it, and he's got the takedown. He's trying to keep Powers from tripoding up. Now get a little scissor circle on the left leg, and Powers trying to twist into him. Powell trying to step over it. Now he'll spin and come back around. Did a good job of following Powers around. I thought Powers might have the reversal. Yeah, one way, then the other. To give Powell the 2-point takedown. 33 seconds gone here in the first period at 152 pounds. Now Peter's a little anxious tonight. Powell's chopping that elbow just a hair too early.
Yeah, we've been cautioned quite a few times.
Okay, now Powers trying to work out from underneath. It just bucks Powell up over the top, and he's going to get the reversal. Tie it up. Brian Powers working from the top. He's got Powell broken flat. Now Powell basing up a little bit better, but good hip pressure by Powers. Here comes a cross face. Traps that far elbow. And trying to use a beat digger move, that pick and step. And Powell giving up some back points here. Watch the neck, ref. Good grief. And they're going to give the pin to Powers. And what's that come at 114? That hold was very ugly there for a moment. Lehio Bazaar will be up against Justin Neal in just a moment. I want to finish up Morgan Community College. There's lots of options for you. Imagine your possibilities. Believe in yourself and achieve your goals at Morgan County Community College, MCC.
160 pounds, Justin Neal for the Broncos against Eligio Barraza. Cookie, as we like to call him. Quick tie up. Cookie doesn't like that. Now he's in on a double leg tackle. Now he switches to a single leg, and he's going to spin behind. Oh, and he just couldn't pick up the takedown as Neal bucks him off and stands up and gets away. So no points scored yet here in the first period of a 160-pound match.
Neal is senior, Cookie a junior.
That was a nice double leg tackle by Cookie, just couldn't finish it.
Yeah, he's set it up really well.
Now headlock by Neal, and Barraza's just going to dump him back and pick up the takedown. So Cookie's up 2-0 here in the first period. Neal really trying to get out of that bottom.
He put himself on his back.
He's just squirming around so much, can't can't stay in control, and they're going to go out of bounds.
Can't catch up to him. He's just going every which way.
Neal makes his way back to the center circle. He's set on the bottom. Cookie on from the left side. Side drag by Barraza. Back up to his base is Neal. Cookie trying for wrist control underneath there. Has the scissor circle on the leg. Cross face by Barraza, and he somehow gets spun around, and Neal stands up and picks up the escape. It's a 2-1 match now. Inside of 30 seconds here in the first period. Single leg shot by Neal, and good sprawl by Barraza. There's another single leg and a sprawl. Oh, a near side cradle by Barraza. He had it hooked up. There's the takedown and puts Neal right to his back. Just about has Neal flattened out, and he gets the pin win with 5 seconds left in the first period.
How about that? 1:55. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Okay, welcome back to Platte Valley High School as Tino City Hall taking on Brandon Buring. Buring, a senior for the Beat Diggers. City Hall, a freshman here at 171 pounds. As they circle in 10-foot circle into that bright mat light. Brandon with a little wrist tie. Kind of going ear to ear, but not tying up the head. Not, at least not for Brandon. He's working 2-on-1 on the wrist. Now we come back to an ear-to-ear tie. Buring pushes out of that. City-O with a little shot there. Buring sprawls away from that, catches a little front headlock and gets... Well, there's no takedown there yet. Buring spins around and dumps City-O down. Still doesn't have control. Now he's got the tight waist, chopped the near arm and gets a 2-point takedown on the freshman from Platte Valley. And City-O stands up, peels away right at the out of bounds, and he'll get the escape. 1:25 gone in the first period. City-O feints a shot. Circle in the 10-foot circle. Banging foreheads in a tie-up this time. He grabs that left wrist with 2 hands. Now I come back up. Still banging foreheads there. We're down to about 5 seconds to go here in the first period. Buring up by 1. That'll send us second period. Beat Diggers lead the duel 15-6. As we're at 171 pounds. 4 matches. 3 of them go the Beat Diggers' way. They'll end up at 132 pounds. Buring working off the bottom of the second period. Breaks him down. He'll move from the left to the right side. Now back to the left side. Buring's got a based up now. See a little scissor circle. Buring trying to set out. So he'll come back with a 2-on-1, trying to scissor circle that near leg, the left leg. Buring basing up. So he'll hanging on to the tight waist. Working right at the near edge, right in front of the Estes Park bench. I'm surprised Estes Park is staying around for the duel. Got a long ways home. Not sure how far it is there from Platte Valley to Estes Park.
Probably a good hour and a half, I'd say.
Yeah, Buring with a hard switch. Turns into City-O. City-O with a single leg. Buring trying to pop that leg down. He'll get the escape, push City-O away. And he'll have the escape here to start the second period.
3-1 lead for Brandon Buring now.
Go forehead to forehead again. City pushes Beering away. Adjust his headgear and they'll come back, meet each other in the center of the 10-foot circle. Beering grabbing that right wrist this time with two hands. And it works up to the elbow. Cidio trying to back away from that. Cidio puts front headlock on Brandon, pops him down. Cidio trying to tighten that up and spin around behind, and he does. That'll tie it up with a 2-point takedown. Beering trying to set out and stand up and peel and run away. As Beering runs out of bounds, Cidio follows him, and they'll have to go back to the center. Beering in a down position, tied up 3-3. 15 seconds left here in the second period. Beering trying to stand up. Cidio grabs a single leg with 10 seconds left. Beering with a whizzer in there, popped him right to his back, but he rolled through, come back up on top, hanging on to the leg with 2.3 seconds left as they go out of bounds. Beering set for the start. Tino Cidio on the left side, and we'll get a caution on the start on Cidio. Lost a little time on the clock. Down to 1-9. Cidio hang on. We had the third period tied up 3-3. Cidio sets on the bottom. Beering on the, so we get a caution on the start as he just kind of flopped on top of Cidio. We'll have to restart. Beering to do a 360. Beering maintaining control. Cidio puts a long arm out there trying to set up a Peterson roll. And he rolls out of there and comes up and faces Beering. Beering clamped on the single leg. Cidio kind of in the over position. Beering lifting that up and flops Cidio down, tries to step over him. Cidio reaching back right here on the Pete Digger's edge of the mat. Beering getting that cross face in there, kind of powering it up, trying to Turk Cidio over, but they'll be out of bounds. It's too close to the edge there. Head back to the center with 1:23 on the clock. Tino Cidio sitting on the bottom. Freshman for Platte Valley. Beering, the senior for the Beat Diggers, will move in on the right side this time. And Cidio goes one way, then the other. Trying to hip back into Beering. Beering keeps that tight waist on him. Working the 2-on-1. Gets Cidio over on his hip for a moment. Back in a little better riding position. Hits a cross face. Gets a little bit high. Cidio tried to buck him over. Now, Beering out to the side. He's got an ankle. I think he's working a cross face up there. I'm not sure. He's trying to put a scissor circle on that left leg and chop the left arm. Got him down there for a moment. 46 seconds and counting here in the third period. Tied up 3-3. Beering scissor circling again. And there's a little kind of a Granby roll popping out the back side is Cidio. Beering hangs on to a single leg. Cidio out to the side. And Beering's got to start moving here. There's the, haven't quite awarded the takedown. Now they will with 18 seconds left as we get the reversal going Cidio's way. And Beering caught on the bottom with 10 seconds trying to build a bit of a vase. And 5 seconds. Beering down by 2. And Beat Diggers is going to lose their second one. Brandon Beering is going to get knocked off 5-3. Okay, that'll give 9 points for the Platte Valley Broncos, 15 for the Beat Diggers. We head to Toby McDonald as he'll take on number 15 ranked Greg McCuller. As that'll kick off here in just a moment. Colorado Plains Medical Center. Accidents or illnesses can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, Every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any type of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center, where expertise matters. Toby McDonald out there for the Beat Diggers. He gets caught in the front headlock and gets rolled his back, and he's in danger of being pinned here. Good hard bridge, but there's the pin win for Garrett McEwen. The Beat Diggers are going to be tied up 3 matches apiece with the Platte Valley Broncos. It's going to be tied up 15-15, Jason, as we head to the 195-pound match, and you picked this one as the match of the night.
That's what, if you just go by numbers, it is, because we got a 7 rank and a 6 rank wrestler. Tristan Teeter for the Beat Diggers at 195 pounds, ranked 6th, and Evan Franz for Platte Valley, ranked 7th. As Evan Franz is checking in at the table. Teeter's already out there, ready to go. Underway. Teeter reaches up, gets forehead to forehead with Franz. Forehead to forehead, banging foreheads out there pretty hard. Teeter trying to get inside control. Franz looks pretty strong.
Yeah, these big boys out there, they probably met each other on the football field a time or two. The Broncos beaten by the Beat Diggers in the regular season, and Platte Valley comes back and wins the state championship in football.
Yeah. Keep tying up out there. No shots yet, just tying up, trying to get inside control. There's a little shot by Teeter. He misses it, he backs away.
Tristan's been working hard to try to cut to 182.
What did he tell us tonight? He's got, 9 pounds to go or something?
Yeah, he had less than that last night. He's working hard at it.
Still no good shots here in this match. They're still sizing each other up, trying to muscle each other around. Snap down by Teeter, puts Franz down. Franz bounces right back up. Teeter with an underhook, and they're going to break apart. That's the most action we've seen. That was a good snap down by Teeter. If he just could have spun around behind Franz.
Teeter a little taller.
There's a snap down.
Not sure what that was, but Teeter was about in trouble.
These guys are pretty quick for as big as they are.
Yeah.
6 seconds left here in the first period. No score. We're going to go to the second period.
I guess we'll just have to call that a scramble. I'm not sure how to describe it, but they were spinning, and Teeter did a good job of not getting dumped over.
Yeah. Teeter's choice. He takes the down position here to start the second period. He sets on bottom. Franz going to get on from the left side. Now Franz is going to get a caution. Stand-up attempt, tripod by Teeter. Turns, trying to peel the wrist and run away. And Franz is going to let him go.
Teeter did a good job of working the wrist and getting that wrist control.
So Teeter's going to take the lead in this match, 1-0. Tristan Teeter ties up forehead to forehead with Evan Franz. Both wrestlers looking for inside control and wrist control. A little duck under attempt by Franz. That doesn't work. They tie back up. Minute 10 left in this second period. 1-0 match for Tristan Teeter, and they're going to go out of bounds. A single leg attempt by Teeter. He has to back out of that. They come back up to the neutral position, tie up. Teeter tries to reach down for a single again. And they're going to go out of bounds. 53 seconds left here in the second period. Teeter still leading 1-0.
This might come down to conditioning. Franz looks like he's running out of gas here a little bit. Just can't trust a wrestler. He may be just
conserving energy.
Could be.
There's a good double leg tackle try by Franz. Teeter sprawls and spins behind, and Teeter's going to pick up the 2-point takedown.
Like you said, for as big as he is, he's old, strong, and quick. Franz is on his back.
Teeter gets out on his toes there, and there's the pin. Nice job by Teeter.
That's the nicest match I've seen him wrestle at.
I would completely agree.
Oh, man, he did a great job. That having somebody pushing you hard in the practice room really makes a difference.
Yep.
How about Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies and G Sweets Bakery offering cookies, muffins, sweetbreads. They're made fresh daily. Pair with your favorite coffee, lattes, smoothies, and you're set. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, Saturday 7 to 4. Stop by and see them at 921 Edison Street in Brush. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies and G Sweets Bakery. I got through that.
So the Beat Diggers take the lead in the duel again. They gain 6 points with that pin and go up 21 to 15.
Okay, we go to 220. Joe Carwin, ranked number 3 in the state, gets a freshman, Jeremiah Land. Land looks like he's given up maybe 10 or 12 pounds. Kind of circling and head tapping.
Thought for a while that last match was going to go the full 6 minutes, but
nice little double leg tackle. You blow the whistle in the football when you do that. And here comes a hard cross face, lifting and driving. Well, Carlin's just going to push Jeremiah Land away. Thought he was loading up for a cross face cradle. It wasn't working, so he just let him loose. Tackles him again. Blow the whistle. He's down at the 10. And Carlin breaks him flat, stays parallel, posting the elbow. Gets cross face in there, traps that far elbow, walking that barbed wire around. And gets a wrist out. Carlin goes at 360, still cranking it. Now Land goes over. Bridging high, but he's got Carlin on top of him, crunching him down. His elbow's tied up around his nose, and there's the pin for Carlin. How about that? Let's give a 127 pin to Joe Carlin. We head to Oscar Soto. He's going to pick up a forfeit after this 30-second timeout on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Welcome back. Oscar Soto picks up a forfeit win at heavyweight. Beat Diggers jump out 33 to 15 now after the pins. And Oscar gets 6 points, same as a pin. We had the 103-pounders, Jason. 33-15.
106 pounds.
6, I'm sorry.
Nate Dill. It was 103 for a long time. Nate Dill of the Broncos taking on Jason Moreno of the Beat Diggers.
It's really 108 now, but after that 2 points at first of the year, I think these guys are about the same size.
For once. Jason Moreno in on a single leg. Good sprawl by Dill. Moreno down there trying to turn that corner. Dill still in there with a kind of an underhook on that arm. Moreno put Dill over on his hip for a second. Now he's going to lose hold of that single leg, and Dill's going to spin around behind and get the 2-point takedown. Moreno stands up, tries to peel the wrist, and Dill pulls him back down.
Dill, a freshman for the Broncos. Moreno, a sophomore for the Diggers. He's almost 106 this year, I think.
Closer than Jason Weisman is.
Yeah. He was about Jason's size last year, I think.
Moreno, Dill gets a little high. Moreno tries to buck him over the top. That doesn't work. Moreno stands up. Dill pulls him right back down. 40 seconds left in the first period. They've got a 3-0 score, but I'm pretty sure it's only 2, isn't it?
I think so. I didn't see any other points awarded.
The only thing I saw was the takedown. And the referee's going to stop it. We've got a nosebleed. So while we're mopping up some blood, we'll go to another commercial here. Brush Grocery Cart. Stop, shop, and save on all your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. You can also pay your public service bill and access Western Union. Brush Grocery Cart, 1302 West Edison in Brush.
Okay, and Buildings by Design. Knowing who you can trust to do a good job is tough. It's tough these days to get somebody that knows what they're doing, but when you hire Buildings by Design, you can trust you'll get the building you want, when you want it, and at quality you deserve. Start your build project right now. Start with Buildings by Design.
Got the blood mopped up out there. Jason Moreno sets on the bottom.
Score's still showing 3-0, but now Coach Quinlan noticed that. Wondering where that extra point came from. And the official hasn't looked up at the clock. I'm going to walk over and talk to the gal he was high-fiving a little bit ago. Now they move it back to 2. I think my girl has a good time out there. He's having way too much fun.
Jason Moreno sets on the bottom again after he gets cautioned for not having his wrist in front of the line. Quick stand-up by Moreno. Peels the wrist, trying to get away. Turns in. Still turning in. Underhooked by Dill, and the escape going to be gotten by Moreno. Dill back in on a single leg right away. Moreno's got 7 seconds to fight this off, but Dill's going to reach up and tackle him. Going to pick up the 2-point takedown and go up 4-1 here in the first period. As it runs out, we'll go to the second period. Jason Moreno's choice. He's going to defer. Nate Dill going to take the neutral position to start the second period. Probably a good choice. He's got 2 takedowns on Moreno already. Moreno close to getting a takedown on the one. Nate Dill in on a single leg, reaches over with the leg, trying to trip Moreno down. Moreno reaches in for a head. That's an illegal headlock.
Now I caught it. Oops.
It was that way for a while, but he did catch it. So Moreno picks up loses a penalty point to Nate Dill on that illegal headlock. Didn't have an arm in there. Both wrestlers on their feet again. Nate Dill up 5-1 now. Single leg by Dill and just flattens Moreno out on his sprawl. Another single leg by Dill, trying to turn the corner and get behind Moreno. Moreno trying to swim through here. Moreno still working hard on that single leg, trying to get out of there. Now he locks up that single, switches over to a double, picks it up, dumps Dill down. Now all he needs to do is work up the back. Dill works back up to his base. He had Dill over on his hip.
Oh, he just gave up?
Now he did. He just gave up, and Dill hit him with a crossface and spun behind him and got the takedown. Jason Moreno had that takedown dead to rights a couple of times. Just couldn't finish it.
He just got caught napping there, and Dill got behind him.
Moreno sitting on his haunches. He's going to get stuck in a cradle doing that. And that's what Dill does. He reaches over, grabs the cradle. Somehow Moreno's going to spin through and get out of the cradle. It's back on his base. I don't know what you call that either.
I thought Moreno had him locked up in kind of a cradle, a pinning hold, and somehow Dill rolled out of it and come up on top.
That's the end of the second period. As Dill's going to lead this match 7-1.
Dill's wanting injury time now. He's holding his stomach. The coach is getting out some kind of bottle of something. Give him a little drink. A fairly decent crowd up here tonight. We're getting towards... Ooh, we did miss the top of the hour, but this is 1010 KSIR, Brushford, Morgan. High Plains Bank, hometown service on a higher plane. That's High Plains Bank. Visit the friendly staff at 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins. They'll assist you in opening a loan, equity line of credit, or checking account. See what over a century of customer service can do for you. High Plains Bank. Should be Beater's choice, I think.
Jason Moreno takes the down position here to start the third period. He sets on the bottom. Still on from the left side. A little sit-out attempt by Moreno. It's followed behind. Jason Moreno trying to base back up. Tries to stand up and peel the wrist, trying to run away. And Nate Dill just follows him around. Gets back in behind him, so no change of position. No points scored. Jason Moreno trying to pull a arm over the top and reach back for a leg, trying to put him in a reverse cradle. Can't get rolled through. He needs to... Just couldn't get it rolled through, but good thought.
Dill just clamps on his wrist and just doesn't let go of anything. He just fought off several attempts by Moreno. I thought was going to put him in trouble.
Yep.
There goes that Peterson roll.
Uh-oh. That was a bad move. Jason Moreno reached up over the head and Dill dumped into his back.
Moreno's about got the pin on Dill. Kind of like a Peterson roll attempt, but Moreno was the most exposed. Now he's got it set up a little better. Oh, now he's on his back again.
There's another illegal headlock, isn't it?
I can't tell if he's got the wrist in there or not. The whole brush bench is up the edge of the mat trying to help Jason out. Gives up a 3-point near fall out of all that scramble.
Moreno's had a lot of chances in this match, just couldn't finish things. As Bill just a little bit more aware. There, Jason Moreno just about reached up and grabbed the head and pulled him under. We got 6 seconds left in the third period, and Nate Dill's ahead in this match, 10-1. Jason Moreno sets. Moreno sit-out attempt. Nate Dill follows him around, and that's going to end the match. Nate Dill's going to win this thing 10-1. Pick up a major decision and score 4 points for the Broncos. 19-33.
39, isn't it? No, 33, excuse me. I don't know where I got that extra 6 points. Maybe it'll be with Jaron Peterson here as he takes on Roman Pickett here in a minute. Blowdorn Lumber. At blowdornlumber.com, browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales, and whether you're a contractor or painting your living room, Blowdorn Lumber, you'll get the same friendly service. Blowdorn Lumber. Roman Pickett, freshman, going against Jaron Peterson. Both of them freshmen at 113 pounds. Shot Peterson now with a little underhook as Roman Pickett gets caught in kind of a front headlock by Peterson. Peterson working that front headlock. He's got it locked up pretty tight. He'll drive into Pickett and trying to step over. Gets up high. Pickett's about to pop out the backside. Peterson, they're going to give the takedown to Pickett. Peterson got too high with whatever that was he was trying to do. Pickett working the tight waist. He's kind of scissored up the near leg, kind of like doing that scissor circle with both ankles. Bryceman going at it here. 113 pounds. Peterson on the bottom, getting a stalling warning on him. It's another case where they're fighting for wrist control underneath, and the official calling stalling. This Pickett tying up those wrists. Peterson looking way too much at the bench for advice, not moving. Pickett tying up the wrist, staying on top. Peterson trying to build a little space there. Pickett out to the side with a tight waist. Chopping arm, and there's a little roll attempt. There's a half Nelson by Pickett. He's going to run out of time in the period. Jaron Peterson looking like he's getting a little nervous out there. He's looking for help from the sideline instead of just wrestling.
But after all that, he's only down 2-0 here going into the second period. He's still got plenty of time.
Still going to neutral position here. I'm not sure who had the choice there. It was Pickett's choice, but I don't know if he deferred or he just chose neutral. Peterson a little bit taller than Pickett. Pickett with a long-range shot. Peterson grabs an ankle from over the top, and Pickett caught underneath. It looks like he's trying to gnaw on the ankle or something there. And Peterson gets back, kind of stacks him up, throws him up over the top. Pickett head in between the legs, and Peterson with the knee hooked up, cranking on it. Now Pickett about and working up the body. I think we need to call a stalemate here in a little while. Nothing really happening. 1:11 on the clock here in the second period. Pickett trying to pop his head out. Official giving him plenty of time to work out of this as he's down around the ankle. They're still wrapped up in a ball, and now almost fladed out. Yeah, now we're getting some back points. I don't know, is that the banana split or the spladle?
That's the spladle.
Spladle, huh?
He's got him spladled out there.
Oh, there's the pin coming from behind Jaron Peterson. Oh, that was a wild one. Oh, man. Let's see, we get 3 minutes and 22 seconds, is that right?
That's what I got.
3:22, pin.
Hey, there's your 39.
Okay. that was quite a battle. That was a scramble. I think he got an older brother that's tough as his brother. That you do some funky things, and that was one of them. We go to 120 pounds as Conrad Cole takes on number 9 ranked Andrew Armiel. They shake hands, and we're underway.
Conrad Cole ranked number 1 in the state. Does have one loss in the season as he lost during the dual tournament at Brush.
Was that a Mountain View wrestler?
I believe it was Mountain View, ranked 3rd in 5A. It was a good match. Lost it at the very end, but Conrad's dad, Shane Cole, pacing the floor over there.
He gets a little nervous, does a little refereeing on the side. The
wrestlers go out of bounds. They tie back up, fighting for wrist control in the 10-foot circle out there. That's one thing I've noticed about Conrad this year. He seems to give up that wrist control a little easier. Nice double leg tackle by Conrad Cole, reaches through, and he's going to get in behind Andrew Jaramillo and pick up the first 2 points of the match with a takedown. A little snap back by Conrad. Reaches under with the underhook, trying to pull Jaramillo back. Jaramillo, good balance as he's able to sit there. Arm bar by Conrad. Trying to put it on his back. Doesn't have it there yet, just has the wrist out there. There's a cradle attempt by Conrad. Just trying to break Jaramillo down. Cross-face attempt by Conrad. Now reaching through, trying to grab a wrist. Now if I don't have a coach standing in front of me, it's the ref. If they go out of bounds, 4 seconds left here in the first period. Conrad Cole leads the match 2-0. Jaramillo sets on the bottom. Conrad's going to get a caution now. I think they're getting that caution because of the hesitancy of the ref blowing the whistle. The ref stands there and watches so long.
Yeah, I'm not sure he invited him on. It might have been the problem, but he didn't have to walk 3/4 of the way around the mat to finally tell him. Maybe he's catching his breath. I don't know.
Tight waist by Conrad Cole. Switch attempt by Jaramillo. And Conrad Cole's just going to follow him around. Conrad Cole's choice. He's going to defer. Jaramillo chooses bottom position. 2-0 in favor of Cole. Here in the start of the second period. Another caution by Conrad. Quite a hesitation on that whistle. I think that's just making him flinch.
No, that much worse.
Stand up by Jaramillo. Good snapback attempt by Cole. They're on the edge of the mat there. Jaramillo reaches up and grabs a head, spins around. They're facing each other. I think Jaramillo's going to get a 1-point escape as they're right on the edge of the mat. They go out of bounds. He does get the 1-point escape. It's a 2-1 match now. Single leg attempt by Jaramillo. Good sprawl by Cole.
Brush coaches are kind of quiet over here. Platte Valley coach is going crazy.
Conrad was tied up. He breaks apart. I think he does a lot better when he's not tied up and not worried about them wrists.
Yeah.
His wrist tied up, dragged by attempt by Jaramillo, and Cole just runs through that. Double leg attempt by Jaramillo, cross face and an ankle pick by Cole, trying to shove that head down, trying to keep Jaramillo down on the mat. Jaramillo stands up. And no point scored right at the edge of the mat. They'll go out of bounds. 43 seconds left here in the second period. Conrad Cole, forehead to forehead again. Jaramillo's got wrist control on Cole. Now a single leg sweep try by Cole, and good. That was a good sprawl by Jaramillo. Once again, Jaramillo's got wrist control out there. There's another single leg attempt. Now front headlock by Cole. He's reaching through to that leg with that front headlock, trying to kind of hook up a crunch cradle or something. Now he goes out to the side with his near side cradle. He's going to pick up the takedown, trying to get that bow and arrow cradle and put Jaramillo over on his back, but time runs out. We're going to go to the third period. Conrad Cole leading 4-1. Conrad chooses bottom.
Did a slick job of hooking that cradle up.
Conrad sits back, stands up, peeling the wrist. Just trying to run away and get the 1-point escape as he gets it right on the edge of the mat. Conrad's going to go up 5-1 in the match. Minute 48 left in the third period. Conrad Cole in good control now. Ties up forehead to forehead again. Single leg attempt by Jaramillo and good spin around by Conrad. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown.
Jaramillo just a little bit of a bad shot, and Conrad sure took advantage of it.
Now Conrad reaches under, grabs wrist control. Wrist control with the scissor circle. Conrad needs to work a little here. He's going to get a stalling call. Of course, neither one of them are working very hard, are they?
No.
Conrad reaches up, puts a half on, has the far wrist with it. Jaramillo reaches up and pulls the hand off of his head. Conrad loses that half. Conrad still with a 2-on-1 underneath now. Sit out attempt by Jaramillo, sitting right back into Conrad. Now he sits through that, faces back up. Conrad with a scissor circle, reaching under, trying to grab that arm. Scooping the head there with that arm. Loses the scissor circle, but he still has his arm on the back of his back. Now Conrad trying to bunch him up into a cradle. Jaramillo breaks that. Good cross face by Conrad Cole. Conrad still has that cross face, trying to bunch him up into a cradle. And that's the end of the match. Conrad Cole's going to win that match 7-1. It's another 3 points for the Beat Diggers. They go up 42-19 now with 2 matches left.
Okay, only 2. Mackie Sandoval, ranked number 3 in the state, will be up at 126 against Tanner Betzer. And how about State Farm Insurance? Let State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen in downtown Brush. Let them help you find the best policy to fit your life, home, auto, and health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call today at 842-4555. That's State Farm Insurance, Greg Mullen Agency. Okay, Tanner Fetzer Jr., along same as Mackie Sandoval. As they square off, Sandoval in on a single leg. And there's a little counter attempt to it, but Sandoval sets Fetzer over on his hip, now gets up chest to chest, going for the pin. Fetzer trying to bridge out of there. And Mackie trying to reset that headlock. He's lost that, and he's going to get 3 back points and give up a reversal. 2-point takedown, a 3-point near fall for Mackie, but he gave up the 2-point reversal. And we still got 123 and counting in the first period. Fetzer slaps that 2-on-1 on the left wrist to Sandoval, but they'll be out of bounds. Mackie sets up, facing our way. Quick stand up. Peel the wrist, and it's lifted off his feet by Fetzer. Tries to hit a switch. Fetzer, that tight waist, brings him back down. Trying to trip him forward as Mackie stands up, turns into him, pancakes him right to his back. If he can hold him there, there's back points coming and a reversal for Mackie. As he's going for the pin, Fetzer's really bridging high out of there. And he's going to kick out of that and get the escape. 3-point near fall, 2-point takedown to Sandoval, 1-point escape to Fetzer. Sandoval just catches a little cross face, steps around behind, and gets a 2-point takedown. Points piling up, 12-3 for Mackie. Fetzer trying to hit a switch. Kind of got loose for a second. Now Mackie sets an arm bar as Fetzer's kind of setting out. And get back in a little better riding position. Trying to walk that arm bar around. Fetzer turning into him. Mackie gets back, gets his riding position down, got a little scissor circle on the near leg as Fetzer tripods up. Sandoval puts him back down.
Fetzer's got some good hips.
Yeah, he does. And Mackie's got some pretty good counters. We've got 15 points scored in the first period. 3 of them by Fetzer. Sandoval's choice, and he wants down. This was Fetzer's choice. Sandoval did. We'll get it on Fetzer's deferral. Sandoval sets, looking our way. Yeah, quick stand up. Fetzer. This is not very close, looking for locked hands there, but Sandoval trying to peel the wrist away. Kind of hits the switch on the way down, but Fetzer follows him around. They'll be out of bounds over our left side. 19 seconds gone here in the second period, excuse me. Sandoval set, Fetzer in on the left side. He kind of pounces on Mackey. This is going to call a caution on the start.
I don't think I've ever seen so many cautions.
Plenty of them. A little more gentle start there, standing by Sandoval. Fetzer drops down to a single leg, picks it up as they're on their feet. Sandoval trying to push hard on the face and got a whizzer in there on that single leg by Fetzer. Fetzer trying to stick it up high and trip Sandoval forward. Sandoval gets dumped down. Fetzer jumps on top, maintaining control. 10, Sandoval gets him high, kind of high bridge, and he's hooked up the head. And how can you call the guy on the bottom for locked hands? Is going to a pinhold. And we're getting a 1 point. Yeah, there must have been locked hands underneath. I was watching what was going on with that high bridge attempt, I guess. Not really a high bridge when you're on the bottom like that, but trying to suck him under with both hands. Give one penalty point here in the second period to Mackey. He hasn't been able to get the escape yet on Tanner Fetzer as he sets out, trying to peel the wrist away. He's setting right in the 10-foot circle. Hooks an elbow, throws Fetzer over the top, pops out, hooks a knee. Half Nelson, Fetzer's on his back, and Sandoval going for the pin. He's got the reversal, and he's locked him up tight, chest to chest, with that deep half Nelson in there. Fetzer trying to fight it off. Sandoval walking it around. Fetzer bridging up there. 25 seconds left here in the second period. He'll stretch that arm out there and push those shoulders down. Fetzer doing a good job of fighting off his back. 15 seconds and counting. And there's the pin for the Beat Diggers. And that came with 13 seconds left in the match. How about that?
Second period only.
Yeah, only the second period. I'm sorry. So 3:47 pin for the Beat Digger. How about, let's just hold it right here and talk about MMI International. Before your next mixer or feeder truck purchase, compare MMI design, craftsmanship, and service. They continually outperform our competitors, hands down. Call them at 842-5161. MMI International. Okay, we're set for the last match. Jason.
Number 9 ranked Ryan Waite for the Broncos against number 6 ranked Bo Rocha for the Beat Diggers. Just underway here in the first period as they tie up forehead to forehead. Again, fighting for inside control. A little shot by Platte Valley wrestler, reshot by Rocha. They're on the edge of the mat. They're right on the edge, and they're going to go out of bounds. Minute 32 left in the first period. Few shots so far, but no points. Ryan Waite, little arm drag attempt. Front headlock with that arm in there. And they're going to go out of bounds again.
Waite a junior, Rocha a senior for the Beat Diggers.
Waite got a caution on the start. I don't know what for there, but they're back underway. Tied up forehead to forehead. Waite tries to gather that arm back up in there and pull it to him for that arm drag. Waite with wrist control. I seen Rocha try to shoot there, but Waite's wrist was right there.
Coach Weber's really teaching that wrist control. They're doing a great job with it.
They are. It's hard to take a shot when your wrists are tied up.
Really block a good shot in a hurry.
Shucked by Rocha. Waite follows him around behind. Underhook by Waite there right at the edge of the mat, and the referee's going to call him out.
Waite's working that sideline too.
Rocha looks like he's not interested in tying up again. He just taps ahead, reaches in for an arm, or for a leg. Good sprawl by Waite. They're both on their knees there, forehead to forehead. Now they work back up to their feet. Another underhook attempt by Waite, trying to throw Rocha. Run out of time here in the first period. 0-0 the score.
And Rocha helps him up at the end of the period.
Usually when it's tied 0-0, there wasn't much action, but there was quite a bit of action in that first period, just no points scored.
A little blood time there, so. Blowdorn Lumber at blowdornlumber.com. Browse the virtual showroom and view the current sales. Complete credit application and shop the entire inventory online. Blowdorn Lumber, same friendly service and advice to make your job easier. Visit Dorn Lumber in Fort Morgan.
Bo Rocha on bottom to start this second period. Stands up, tries to switch on the way down as Waite dumps him, but Waite reaches down and grabs a single leg. Bo Rocha has 1 foot underneath and 1 foot on top. His body's on top. He just can't pull his leg out. It looks like a stalemate situation to me, but no, they're going to give Rocha the 2-point reversal. Now I could see it.
Yeah, he got the leg wrapped around, clear around him.
And Rocha gets the first 2 points of the match here in the second period. Minute 15 left. Got a good crossface trying to pick up that leg for the pick and step. Now a switch and a reversal by Waite. Ties it up at 2. Rocha just bucks Waite over the top. Going to get the reversal again. Not a lot of spinning out there.
That was a sweet move. Bucked him over the top.
So, Bo Rocha on top 4-2 now. 2 reversals for Rocha and 1 for Waite here in the second period. 25 seconds left here. Period number 2. Green Platte Valley wrestler gets called for stalling. Now a switch out there by Waite. Going to pick up the 2-point reversal. And they go out of bounds. So the score's 4-4, 13 seconds left here in the second period.
So Waite picks up his mouthpiece already off the mat and stuffs it back in there.
Oh, a switch attempt, but good ankle grab by Waite. 3 seconds left here in the second period, tied 4-4, and we're going to go to the third period that way. So 2 reversals for Waite and 2 reversals for Rocha in the second period. That gives us a 4-4 score. Waite's choice here in the third period. He chooses down. Bo Rocha gets on from the right side. Stand-up attempt by Waite. Locked hands by Bo Rocha. He's going to get dinged a penalty point, and Waite's also going to get the 2-point reversal. He's going to go up 7-4.
Oh, Rocha gets caught in a headlock, kind of out of that reverse grapevine thing. Rocha thought he was going to hit a switch and got caught on his back.
1:30 left in the third period. Bo Rocha. Did he give him 2 points?
Yeah, he did. He counted it off. You were right in the score, and he had him on his back in that headlock.
And 9-4, Bo Rocha's down now.
Yeah, it kind of countered that roll by Rocha. What a good match. The last match of the night.
Stand up by Bo Rocha, trying to run away, trying to peel the wrist. He's going to get the escape there at the edge of the mat. Now it's a 4-point match as Bo Rocha's down and with 46 seconds left, 9-5. Tied up ear to ear as Ryan Waite spits his mouth guard out.
That's a good description here.
That's what it looked like to me. Bo Rocha has 30 seconds left in this match to get some points and see if he can win it. Oh, a short single leg attempt, and Waite just pulls him down underneath. Stalemate. That was a pretty quick stalemate call.
Yeah, it was. The referee didn't like that.
Stalling by Platte Valley. That's a 1-point stalling call. Now he goes in on a double leg.
Yep.
Takedown for Platte Valley, and they're gonna win this match 11-6. That's gonna make the final score 22-48 in favor of the Beat Diggers.
Oh man, how about that? We're done. So let's take 2 minutes. We'll be back and wrap it up on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Okay, welcome back to Platte Valley. As we promised, we'll wrap it up here in just a moment. Izzy Torrealba out there right now going against
Austin Albright.
Yeah, Albright.
It's a JV match. Izzy had one to start off the Platte Valley.
Izzy just got dumped down almost to his back. He's going to give up the takedown to Albrighton. Albrighton about 1.5 feet taller than him gets the takedown. Izzy having to work off the bottom. Only 10 seconds left here in the first period. Albrighton throwing in the grapevine on the left leg. Izzy stands up. The official lets him keep wrestling. And we'll head to the second period. Izzy kind of about knocked the wind out of him a little bit. He went down pretty hard. Gets a pat on the butt from the referee.
and that's why you don't let them wrestle with that grapevine in there. You can get hurt pretty easy when they stand up.
Yeah, usually they blow the whistle and stop it when they come up to their base or up to their feet like that. Okay, Izzy working off the bottom here in the second period. All right. Hanging on with the tight waist near arm. Working the left side. Right. The little Granby roll, and Izzy comes around and just can't quite break free as Albrighton reaches over the top, grabs an ankle. Izzy reaches back, trying to hook the head. I hear a lot of people saying don't do that. As Albrighton, ankle in a crossface, maintains control, comes around with a big, deep, tight waist. Throws the grapevine in on the left side, trying to stand up and turn into him. He gets dumped to his back, giving up back points. Gets caught in a little headlock. And he's giving up 3 near fall points, and we're hit the 1 minute mark of the second period. And Izzy tries to turn into him and gets slammed back with that one-arm headlock. Izzy gets out of that crunch. Gives up a 3-point near fall. It's down by 5. Albrighton using that length against him. Albrighton works clear around to the front. And As he stays kind of his base, I think he's going to be able to stand up out of that. Albrighton works around the left side, throws a grapevine in there. As he trying to tripod up. And Albrighton jerks him back or just grabs a headlock and throws him right to his back again. And he peels that off for a moment. Albrighton with that long grapevine in there. And the headlock, and we run out of time in the second period. He's going to be down by a bunch. 8-0. Be Albrighton's choice. Looks like he's going to take the top position. That's worked pretty well for him. See, tore elbow on the bottom. Albrighton coming in on the left side. As he stands up, reaching around the outside of the knee. Albrighton throwing that standing grapevine in. And they call it potentially dangerous. I call it stalling, but they'll restart. This guy's cleared his feet, and then you throw that standing grapevine in. There's nothing they're going to let you do with it. Now here comes a cross-face cradle attempt. As he got his knee too close to his ear, and Albrighton throws a cradle on, and as he's looking at the lights here in Platte Valley, he pops out of that, comes up in a single leg, gives up 2 near fall points to Albrighton. And is he trying to hook a knee, but Albrighton breaks out of that.
Albrighton really using his length against Izzy.
Oh, yeah.
Albrighton's got to be a good 6 inches taller.
Albrighton with that grapevine in there. Izzy didn't get caught on his back this time. He's hooked up an arm. Now here comes that headlock. Izzy needs to turn away from that instead of into it. It looks like that's easy for us to say. He's on his back again, and there's the pin. So the Beat Diggers lose the last match of the night. Let's go back to our wrap-up, and we'll head home here as we're almost to the top of the hour, I believe. And don't forget, this is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com, Brush, Fort Morgan. Started with Alec Peterson kicked it off for the Beat Diggers. He's number 6 ranked against number 11 ranked Austin Walters. And it was a 12-7 victory for Alec Peterson.
And at 145 pounds, Baby Garcia got the pin in 2 minutes and 31 seconds as the Beat Diggers go up 9-0.
Then Zane Fowl went against Brian Powers and lost by a fall at 114 in the match.
160 pounds, Cookie Barraza got the pin in 1 minute and 55 seconds.
Brandon Beering lost a tough one, 5-3 to Tino Sidio from Platte Valley, a freshman.
182 pounds, Toby McDonald lost that match in 21 seconds to Garrett McCullough.
And then back to 195. Tristan Teeter pulled off a pin win over Evan France. They were ranked 6 and 7, and Teeter pinned him.
220 pounds, Joe Carlin picked up the first period pin in 1 minute and 27 seconds, and at that point the Beat Diggers were up 27-15.
And at heavyweight, Oscar Soto picks up a forfeit win, and the Beat Diggers go up 33-15.
106-pound Jason Moreno gave up a 10-1 decision to Nate Dill, a freshman for the Platte Valley Broncos.
In a 113, Jaron Peterson won by a fall over Roman Pickett at 3:22 of the match, both of them freshmen.
120 pounds, number 1 ranked Conrad Cole took on number 9 ranked Andrew Jaramillo. Pretty tough battle out there as Conrad Cole wins 7-1.
126, Mackie Sandoval in a wild one. Ends up with the pin win at 3:47 over Tanner Fetzer, both of them juniors. Fetzer from Platte Valley.
And the final match of the night on the varsity side, Bo Rocha lost that match 6-11. Bo Rocha ranked 6th, and Ryan Waite ranked 9th coming into this match as the Beat Diggers pull out the dual win 48-22.
Okay, and if you're not doing anything or watching the basketball game, as Beat Diggers take on Yuma tomorrow at the Digger Dome, the Beat Digger wrestling team will head up to Loveland to face off against number 2 ranked 4A team Thompson Valley and the number 4 ranked 5A team Pomona. as the Beat Diggers still holding on to that 3A number 1. We'll face off against them tomorrow, and I think that kicks off at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so that'll be an early start. And they'll have to get home, get a little sleep as we're right at the top of the hour. So Beat Diggers win this one 48-28. I want to thank all the help back at KSR headquarters, and of course Jason Holden for helping me out, and all our fine sponsors, for Rob Hastings and all the crew at KSR. Thanks for tuning in. Beat Diggers win 48-28 over the Platte Valley Broncos. Good night from Kersey.